Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Wooper Watch. It's me, Aidan Trump. How are you all doing today?
And it's sleepy sign.
Great start, man. Great start. We're recording this at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So we're both. It was just kind of a moment where we had to, after this. What was it? Friday. You could tell we're both a little bit tired, but we were more tired on Friday. Neither of us had either the energy, so it was like, fuck it.
Okay, so but before you explain what you've been doing this past week, quick question, just because I'm very curious. What was your favorite stream? Like, who was the best collaborator for the event? I'm very curious.
It's not you.
Damn it! Who was it?
It was. It's a tie between Novice and Neko Lacey. I think they both did a really good ass job. You get third. You get third. Not because like the whole thing were because you had good ass commentary. We had some good ass conversation. It's more that you didn't keep up with chat as much.
What?
Until I left you out to dry.
Wow. Okay. I was like, chat loved me at the end.
Oh no, trust me, they did. But you got dragged through like the whirly gig first, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
They put you in the contraption for the like. Come on.
Well,
man,
take that, Obby. Take that, Obby. I'm third best.
It's crazy.
All right, but yeah, I guess that's a quick segue into being like, hey, Mystic, what have you been doing this past week? Why are you so tired?
Yeah, I've been so tired because, well, today was the 4th stream of the event, but I was doing 5 streams in a row for the VTuber SummerSlam to raise money for Gamers Outreach. To bring these little go-karts with like game consoles in them to kids in hospitals so they can play. As of today, we've raised $1,000, $1,026 to be exact. But let's go, man. We still have 1 day left of the event. I'm not even adding extra milestone goals. I thought we were gonna cap at 200 for the whole event. I didn't expect it to keep going up. So hitting 1,000 was like, dude, what? And now I'm like roped myself to a bunch of stuff that I added to the list, thinking it wasn't going to happen.
I feel like a dick because I like DM'd you prior and I'm just like, Mystic. And like, no shot against Mystic's audience, but like, you guys are a bunch of kids. I'm sorry. So I was just like, there is no way you're gonna hit that goal, and if you do, it's not gonna be till like the very end. And color me surprised.
Pledged up for a stream. $200 donation from Obby. Thanks, Obby. You're secretly my favorite.
Despite being the 4th worst collaborator.
Trust me, it was very close. Obby was trying his best out there. He was doing his best.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to.
He was on like a tight schedule, man. I'm shocked he even was able to make it. We almost had to cancel him showing up. So I don't blame him. Like, dude, he was like making it work, dude.
I'm gonna rewatch those VODs and see what I have to do to be better. Maybe I just have to have a cute Audino avatar. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you need to just become an anime girl in general, Cyan.
I could do that. Easy.
You can do that easy. You need to have a little magical girl transformation and everything.
I can do that easy. Okay, it'd be a little expensive, but yeah, let's go. Okay.
Just fully pay for the whole freaking transformation scene and everything.
Yeah, I see what your type is. I can do that.
I've unironically been considering though commissioning a full-on magical girl transformation sequence.
Oh boy!
I remember making the joke when I first started.
The Fortnite built-in emote, dude.
But yeah, I remember when I first started. Got the PNG tuber set. It was like the first month. It's one of my best tweets ever. Someone tweeted the Sailor Moon transformation sequence, and I quote tweeted it with, "This is what happens every time I open PNG Tuber Plus." In my head, I've had the tweet like rattling in the back of my head for so long. It's like, one day I'll make it. One day I'll bite.
I know I like show my face in every video, but I mean, technically on this podcast, I mean, kind of same feeling, right? I go from a human to a frog. Like, kind of crazy.
Bro is straight up frogging it.
Yeah.
No way.
We were talking about it on the stream, but I'm surprised I haven't like gotten any like, oh, are you a furry comments when it's just like, nope, just a normal dude.
just that guy.
Just a guy. I guess I'm
just a guy.
But... Yep.
I guess, yeah. Is it? Yeah. Wait, hold up. No, I need to Google this right now. Do frogs have scales?
Well, they're slippery little fellas.
No, frogs do not have scales. Oh shit.
I guess he's a slimy. He's a slimy.
What is a frog furry called? Is there like a term for that? Okay, the first thing that comes up is a debate of if frogs count as scalies.
Oh, that's a fun debate.
Yes, clearly this is a question people have had going on.
This sounds like a fun rabbit hole that I kind of want to go down,
Okay.
considering it's 1 a.m.
People kind of agree that they're scalies because it always refers to reptiles, and amphibians are kind of close to reptiles.
Yeah.
So it seems to be the leading theory that I guess they kind of count as scalies, like honorary, because they don't have any other category to fall in.
I if you don't want to count them as that, then I just call them like little slime balls or something. I don't know.
The top comment on the Reddit post was squishies.
Squishies? I want to be a squishy. A little squishy.
I want to be a Zygarde cell.
Me too.
Yippee!
Life would be
Just
so
turns
much
into
more
one.
simpler if you were a squishy cell. And then, if somebody threatens you, goddamn, you're gonna turn into a giant.
Lock in, summon the horde.
Summon the horde. Oh man.
Bro pop power construct. Oh heck nah.
Anyways, I've been doing pretty alright on my end. Summer block 2 for my college stuff has started, so that's fun. I got 3 classes this time around, so gonna be a little bit more busier, but yeah, it's alright. I'll be alright.
You'll finally be able to get a job that's not like generic.
Car wash
So
isn't
cool.
generic.
I mean, kind of is.
No,
You don't need a degree for a car wash.
You don't, but that doesn't make it okay, what's a generic job by your definition?
Anything that doesn't require a degree or some form of craftsmanship.
Wow, that's messed up.
Yeah, those are just jobs like fry cook, generic job. Retail, generic job. Washing cars, generic job. If you're like a manager there, less generic. But if you're just like a regular guy, you know what I mean, just doing the grunt work, that's a generic job.
God, you make me feel like my almost 3 years of being there have been for nothing now. Jesus.
I mean, is it wrong?
Oh man, I got some rethinking to do with my life after this episode.
You got some new choices to be made, buddy.
Mate, you know what?
Okay, you know what? Let's get a little saucy real quick. I got some complaints about my work.
Well,
Hey,
hold
I'm
up.
tired, and I'm
gonna,
willing to spit flames.
I was gonna say real quick before you transition. I was like, I'm gonna take the comment you said from the from your stream or whatever. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna guilt trip my audience now. If you guys want me to, do the videos you want me to do, and you guys want me to stick around on YouTube more, watch the stuff, gas it up, and then I can do full-time YouTube, and I don't have to worry about getting a real job. How about that? How do you like them apples?
Unironically, YouTube is getting to the point where it might outpace the pay from my regular job because they aren't scheduling me on shit anymore.
Wow.
Like I had to take a couple days off for the charity event, obviously. But like there was 3 days that week. They could have easily thrown me on for a Monday or a Tuesday. Didn't schedule me for shit. The week after, I had called off only Sunday. The rest of the week is wide open. Guess what? They only schedule me on Sunday. And then I'm like, guys, please don't. And then they take it off, and I'm like, I asked a couple other people around, but I guess it just took me off the schedule anyway instead of having me swap with somebody else, and they figured it out. So I'm like, I mean, honestly, they're like, yeah, you could call it unprofessional. I'd call you unprofessional for scheduling me on the day that I called off a month and a half ago. So
that is unprofessional. Also, very
I
curious.
don't know, man.
Are they not scheduling you because you're just not good at your job and they don't want to deal with you, or like what's the deal here?
I do my darn job. I've gotten like certificates of outstanding performance before.
Me too. I'm curious because I get all my hours usually.
The thing is, I just think the new manager in particular just does not like me. And here's the thing, I hate him too. I hate his guts. I think this man's a cell block 1 inhabitant. If you get what I mean. Caught him doing some like weird stuff. Very convenient scheduling of all the very much underage girls' breaks.
No,
I don't know, man.
Way.
I don't
no
like this
way.
guy. Dude, I've only worked a grand total of 1 shift with him where it's just him. I've worked shifts with him and another manager at the same time. But when it was like the one, I was like, where the heck is everybody? I have a giant line at the front. And like I do the entire line. I'm like, where the fuck are both the other people there? So I'm like, because I had dinged him once or twice for help and nobody came. Because, it's retail. We got a little thingamajig.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where are they? So I go to the back because I'm gonna ask about if he wants me to handle the trash early or not. Because it depends between managers. Some of them are picky, and like I said, I haven't worked with this guy.
You gotta love those
so
picky managers. It's never consistent.
Yeah, so I open I open up the back door, and one of the girls on the ground with a blanket over her, like over her legs, and the other one's like sitting right next to her. And this tall, lanky guy who definitely has the worst haircut I've ever seen, by the way. I hate this guy. And like definitely looks like he spent time in juvie. I don't think he went to college. Well, he's like sitting on top of these boxes. Well, you know, like the thing where it's like a knight regaling their stories, so like sitting on top of a box and everyone else is on the floor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like he's literally sitting on top of these boxes. I'm like, why are they both on break now? In the back room with him perched up here. I'm like, dude. Like, I'm thinking in my head, this is weird as heck. And he like cuts me off before I ask anything. He's like, oh yeah, they're both on break right now. And I'm like,
yeah. It sounds like a quick cover up.
That's sus, dude. I'm like, what?
Dude, fuck those managers that just cannot time anything correctly and just like, oh, let's just send them all on break at once. Nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm up in the front fighting for my life here. He's like, what the? And the thing is, he let us all out early. And I'm like, what? Why? I think the two girls sweet talked him into it. No, by the way, I know one of them, I don't know the other one's age, but I know one of them just turned 17.
What rabbit hole did I accidentally just open up from you?
Dude, because I don't know. I think he's a Drake lookalike. Let's go with that. Not really, but not at all. But he's got the Drake vibes.
Well, anyways, what were we gonna talk about before I accidentally opened up some rabbit hole?
I don't remember. I think we just started talking.
Well, if you don't remember, you want to talk about the presidential debate that we referenced at the beginning of this episode?
Oh, right, we did. In case anyone was unaware, the U.S. presidential debate went terribly.
Yippee!
And it was funny.
Shout out to all my American homies. I wish you the best of luck in the coming months.
Oh, sake. Wait, you're included in that.
I know.
We're all screwed. The world's on fire. You're picking the lesser evil.
Look, I live in a really safe state, so I honestly I know everyone's like, oh, we're doomed and all that. I don't know. Call me an optimist, but literally I've grown up here my entire life and nothing bad has ever happened here. Maybe construction. There's been a lot of construction growing up, but that's it. That is the worst thing.
They just legalized they just illegalized homelessness.
What is illegal?
Like earlier today.
What's that word even mean?
They made it legal to arrest people for sleeping in public even if they're homeless.
Wait, does it depend on where you do, if you do it on a sidewalk?
It was a Supreme Court ruling that basically anybody sleeping in a public space can get arrested or detained for it.
There's got
I'm completely serious.
Wait, okay, but there's got to be oh, you just can't sleep in restaurants because that would make sense.
I'm completely serious. It's any public space. Because they overturned some Supreme Court thing today that if a state wants to, they can legalize it right now.
There's got to be some exceptions to that. That sounds way too cut and dry.
I hope so, man. But it was I saw it earlier today, and it was like, oh, wow, I am not happy with the state of America.
Can I not sleep in my car in a public parking lot?
I don't think they'll arrest you for that specifically, but if you're sleeping on a park bench or something, they can't get you for that.
What?
Yeah.
What if you get knocked out and they just put you there?
Well, then that's more or less the result of assault and battery, I think.
Wait, who even let this through?
Yeah, good question. I was just seeing on my timeline literally an hour before this. I'm like,
this doesn't sound like terrible. A Trump or Biden thing. None of them would stoop down that low.
It's a Supreme Court thing, and considering the Supreme Court as of late. Anyway, I like getting political, so.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to briefly mention it.
I just went on a tangent there. You can tell we're recording this at nearly 3 a.m.
I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time though. But yeah, it was a funny debate.
I'm enjoying myself. Man, what?
Yeah.
All right.
Have fun this November.
Oh, look, the circus is in town.
All right, let's talk about something fun. Or actually, do you want to swap these? So we do the last negative thing, and then we go on to the funny positive thing that we both love to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's knock it out.
I'll handle this.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so just because this is kind of the only other news thing this week that's also happening to be bad news, we might as well bring it up here. Dr. Disrespect has been busted for being a... This is the second time we mentioned this in the episode.
I can't say the word.
Whoa, don't say the word.
I won't. I'm a YouTuber too.
Don't say the word. But you get it. This
Did
is the
you
second
say
time
it
this
too?
episode.
You said the abbreviation just now.
I said ba-da-da-da-da.
Well, I'm censoring it regardless anyway.
Probably a good idea. But, yeah. Anyway, so Dr. Disrespect was found sending interesting messages with the 17-year-old via Twitch whispers to meet at Twitch chat. And I find this awfully humorous because people have been mocking it for the past week straight. And I've seen some of the funniest videos. I don't think you probably saw it on your Twitter timeline, but there is some Dr. Disrespect cosplay. I forgot what it was. I think it was at a CEO this year, the fighting game tournament. Because there was like a wrestling ring or whatever. But someone goes up to it and says, "Hey, Dr. Disrespect, look at me. I'm 17. It's not the real guy.
Oh.
It's a guy in the cosplay."
Yeah.
He turns to him and says, "Too old. I prefer him at 10." I'm like, what? Oh my god. It's so funny because everybody who used to like this guy is like, no. But the video of him like finding out that his spots just started dropping him over it with the Elden Ring music, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, that video. I hope it gets used for memes in the future. I haven't watched much of Dr. Disrespect in the past. I remember like back when Fortnite, like OG Fortnite was a thing, seeing him play. And I just remember all the rage things he would say about the game, being like, "Oh man, these children, how dare they play this game and ruin this game for me? It's not fun anymore." I remember all that stuff, but that's about it. I didn't follow Dr. Disrespect that much. And then when I heard this drama going on, I didn't think much of it. I kind of sided with what the Ackman was saying about it. It was just like, yeah, it's kind of easy to call somebody something as like extreme like this, but just gonna wait it out until we see some real proof, or until the other side says something. Well, I waited, and stuff did come out.
Yeah, I was gonna say things did come out.
I do implore everybody, like I think pretty much any situation, like please do wait until the other side or more information comes out before you make any hasty judgments, because we don't want another Pro Jared, situation where we're literally targeting an innocent man, in this case, don't worry about it, but you never know. It could happen.
Dr. Disrespect found to be Dr. Disrespect.
Oh. Yeah, but PSA, kids, stay away from YouTubers.
Stay away from us, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially Cyan. Keep 20 feet from Cyan at all times.
You're an adult too. How dare you?
I just turned 18. I get a pass for the next 6 months.
No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. This guy really justified like any relationship he gets into for the next 6 months.
It's legal. It's legal.
Oh.
All right. I'd like to clarify, for all intents and purposes, this is a joke, and I like older women.
Wait, how old are we talking?
This is mid-20s. Let's go with that.
Okay. Anyway.
Pokemon Masters.
Do you want to talk about the new Pokemon Masters update? I sure do. Hey guys.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm gonna save my favorite part for last. But guys, we got a bunch of new alts. It's the summertime, which means summer alts are coming. And no, it's not Cynthia in a bikini. Sorry guys. I know you've all been waiting for it, but it's not. Yeah, eventually the developers will have add that, but for now
I'm gonna be completely honest, Cyan, on the Cynthia in a bikini thing. They probably already have the design ready to go, and it's currently sitting in a break glass in case of emergency case at the DNA office.
Oh my god, they're like on the.
In case the game goes under.
You're right.
That's like waiting for it, dude.
That's a last case scenario if like the game fails. Just like release it.
Just in case of emergency, the second those profit lines go under 1 month, you're shattered.
Bikini Cynthia rises.
Deploy Bikini Cynthia to Gacha loot pool.
Dude, like, mark my words. When they add Bikini Cynthia, this game is gonna, like, oh man, the spotlight
We're
on
about to
this
see
game.
Pokemon Master Sex trend for a second time.
It's coming back.
It's back now, and it's even hotter.
All right, but the summer alts we did get are way more pure and kind of awesome, kind of warm and cute. And honestly, in all honesty, that's what I meant to say. Sorry, it's 1 a.m. Gardenia and Delmise, and she's a pirate. She's the pirate captain of the Straw Hats.
Oh man, Gardenia is a pirate now. I wonder how she obtains her video games.
Oh, I get the joke. You silly. So silly.
I wonder what her favorite retro game store is.
And then Acerola also got one. She has a Jellicent. She's so cute. She's a little sailor. And it's
the little sailor's schoolgirl kind of thing. It's so freaking adorable.
It's so cute. Also, I want to shout out to my buddy Stripe. I know we talk about him every episode now. But
every other episode.
So fun fact, he actually changed his profile picture to Acerola for a completely unrelated reason. I forgot what it was, but it happened like during the downtime or whatever for Pokemon Masters, and I was like, wow, the timing couldn't be any more perfect.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Next time I'll change my profile picture to Darmanitan to wish in Unova as well.
Yeah.
Galarian was not enough.
That's a good idea. We should do that for like most wanted things for the next update.
Just start manifesting every single time there's a new update coming, just changing our profile picture to manifest the exact units we want.
Yeah. And then you're going to have to tell me who this next trainer is, because I don't remember her name, but the Battle Frontier lady with the Breloom.
Greta, I'm pretty sure her name was.
Greta, yeah. I don't know anything about her, and honestly, this is my first time seeing this character, like, genuinely.
I remember her because I remember seeing screenshots of like an episode of the anime she was in. That's literally it. It's like I recognize her design, but I didn't even know what her name was, just that she was definitely a part of the Battle Frontier.
Yeah, I knew Battle Frontier, but I was just like, dude, like I was like going through my brain rot, being like, what PokeTuber video have I seen this lady from? And I just couldn't think of anything.
Just checking through the archives to see where the heck you've seen this girl before.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. I swear I've seen her somewhere, and I
guess not. What Pokemon does she have again? Breloom?
Breloom.
Right? Breloom. That's pretty sick, though. I like Breloom a lot.
It's a Dynamax Breloom as well.
Ooh, it's almost like they give Dynamax to everything they're too lazy to make a new move for.
The mods on the r/Pokemon Master server actually joked about how literally everything in this update has a Dynamax on it for some reason.
They're just getting all their mileage out of it before they eventually have to crack and add new mechanic to replace it.
They have plenty of new mechanics to work with. Buddy moves, the zones, the certain region zone moves.
No, I mean they need an asset flip new mechanic. That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
Because like they've reused the same move animations for everything that's not a Gigantamax form for the Dynamax. What I'm saying is that they need to add in Z moves proper, something like that.
Well, I mean that's what the sync move is. I think that's.
Oh, you know what they gotta do? They gotta do Terrestrial moves or something.
Yeah, I was like Terrestrial's probably the next thing because like sync move is practically a Z move at that point.
Because they barely added any Paldea stuff. There is more than enough room to add in
They've been
Terrestrial in the next update.
I was gonna say they've been adding like a Paldea character like every update now. Like it's been kind of ridiculous.
I don't think there's any in this update though, right?
Yeah, no, there's not.
Oh, there was a new Nemona. There's a new Nemona variety.
That doesn't count.
I mean, it doesn't really, but you know.
Yeah. But I guess if it's the Paldea quota, yes, more Paldea content, yes,
awesome. It's like it feels like they want to add more Paldea stuff, but they're dragging their feet until they actually have something good to add.
Yeah.
Like I mean, they added like Larry, but it was just Larry.
Still haven't gotten the trainers, so yeah, they're like waiting for some big thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's like my guess is that they're waiting for something in the anime to line up, maybe.
Perhaps the anime's getting way more interesting. Penny's like in the anime now. I know.
Yeah, I saw stuff because they're actually doing things in the academy.
Rika was like doing stuff now. Like it's crazy.
There was like a tournament, I'm pretty sure, in double battles. So it's like I'm interested now, but I'm not sure if I want to, pick it up knowing that it's not going to be all awesome sauce Scarlet and Violet stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Anyways, I've been saving these last two. One of them I do not give a shit about. The other I've been waiting a long time for.
We need to kill Avery.
We need to shoot Avery. I don't know a single person who likes this guy. Like, and I'm not even saying that to be mean, because I do like his battle theme, but like, genuinely, like, even when I'm like trying to like take away my biases for the other character I'm about to bring up, what's to like about Avery? Genuinely.
Mods, drop a dark type sync move on this guy. Thank you.
Anyway, yes, the other sync pair is Clara, and oh my god, I'm her biggest fan. She's such a bitch, and I love her for it. And I will let her treat me like shit. I'm not a masochist, I swear. But yeah,
so you are a bottom.
I'm a switch. Come on, Mystic. Come on.
Oh my god. Didn't need to know. Didn't need to know. I'm out.
Oh, he actually left. Oh no, come back, come back. No, I deserve that. I did that bit on your SummerSlam as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say next time give you more PG, but I already made a joke myself about let's see what it Clay's tunnels. So...
Yeah. Also, I don't want to hear that after what you said. I saw what you said during the stream today from Nephelibatha. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, Clara.
Which part? There's a lot of things I could be referring to.
Getsis and N making out. Yes, I heard it.
No,
yes.
It wasn't Getsis. It was Alder, not N.
Or Alder,
if it was
sorry.
N, that'd be terrible.
Alder and Getsis, my bad.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Did you actually see that part of the stream?
No, because I was at work.
It was a complete accident. I was trying to say that they just start fist fighting, but my mouth moved before my eyes, or like my head or brain or whatever for some reason. And instead of saying fist fighting, I said making out on complete accident.
Brother. You've been PG-13 for too long. You return to the dark side.
Oh no. Taking over me. Like the
Wooper Watch is a
symbiote.
safe place. You can swear here.
Oh shit.
Alright, but yeah, Clara's in the game. One of my most wanted sync pairs. Very happy. Happy.
Happy. Ding, 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 ding.
Happy. Alright, anyway, you want to talk about the Nintendo
You know what
Direct?
makes me happy? Nintendo Direct.
Dude, remember the last time we did an episode on the Nintendo Direct and we were just...
Oh my...
I know it was
long.
I know it was a Direct mini, but like we were... And like, feel free to tell us if we're wrong. Like, you know, I don't keep up to date with the lore of the Wooper Watch, you know? Like, the episode's fresh in my head for like a week and then I forget about it.
We forget the episodes, and I'm assuming you guys probably remember them more. I say shit out of my mouth, and I don't remember what I said.
Exactly. Like, I'm waiting for someone to find some, like, dirt on me that I said, like, a year ago, and I'm like, well...
Oh, no.
Guess I said that.
Dude, there's some stuff I've said in old videos that, like, I probably shouldn't have said, but then again, I was, like, 12 when those were uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to use gay as an insult.
I was like talking about that on,
now.
I was like talking about that on stream the other day. I'm like, I still sometimes do it because it was like
really?
no, wait, hear me out, because like that was just, it was normal at the time, like as a kid growing up, like that was a thing. And like,
yeah, it's like I only shook it off when I got to middle school and I was like, oh my god, wait, gay people exist?
Like it still comes out of my mouth to this day. Like it's programmed into my head and it's so weird.
I've slipped up once or twice where I'll just say, that's gay as shit, man.
Yeah.
But it's only in the Instagram group chat. I don't know why.
It's so weird. My chat said it was okay, though. They're just like, as long as you understand the difference. And I'm like, yep, I do.
Trust me, we do.
Yeah.
All right. That was a very
We
weird
love
tip.
gay people, by the way. If you know that.
Shout out to the gay people. I'm literally bi.
Yeah. Anyways.
By myself. Oh.
Why did you feel the need to self-insult yourself? That was...
Because in my head, I immediately thought of the, son, get yourself a girlfriend or a boyfriend. He's bi. Dang, nobody want you for real. I was thinking of that stupid image.
So, guys, the Nintendo Direct happened. Really
Mama
excited.
Luigi.
This, it's weird. Before we get into like the meat and potatoes of it, I don't know. It didn't hit me. Like, I thought the first thing that was announced was like amazing, and then it kind of just like, I'm not gonna say it fell off, but like then I kind of just like, I was just kind of sitting there, and everything I saw, I was like, oh, neat. Like it wasn't like the Direct from I'm trying to compare a direct I was like popping off to on literally
But
everything.
you can't just remember one of them right now.
The February direct last year, that one I was like popping off to like literally everything I saw. But this one I was like I popped off to like 2 things, and then the rest of it I was like, oh neat, happy for fans. And yeah, that was kind of my thoughts. And everyone like went on Twitter and was like, what do you mean you thought it was a 6? I've since updated the score at 7.5 out of 10 for me, but like, yeah, I was like, what do you mean it's 6.5 out of 10? That was like the best direct I've seen in years. And I was like, good.
I am in the camp that very much thinks that this is the actual, probably one of the biggest directs we've had in a long time. Like, there's a reason that this would have lined up with E3, with the games coming out.
Right.
So it's like a case where, I firmly believe this is one of the best directs we've had, like in a while at least. But I also want to specifically add that this is probably the best timeline for an end of year, specifically Nintendo Switch 1 Direct. You know what I mean?
I definitely agree with that for sure.
Like, I don't think we could have had a better lineup for the end of the Switch 1 than this.
And I think like it's so good because everybody's expectations were so low. And so naturally we're just like, wow, okay, well, Nintendo Switch has games. They weren't lying.
Yeah, I was going to say, everybody was expecting like, oh, something absolutely
I was expecting
crazy
remakes galore, dude, and we only got like one of those.
Surprisingly. Okay, do you just want to run down everything in order?
Yeah, I got the list up here, so we can go through the entire thing in order and skip whatever thing we didn't find interesting. Anyway, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Oh my god.
This game looks amazing. It looks outstanding.
Mario and Luigi's one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. I never thought it'd come back, and I know my reaction doesn't reflect that clearly, but a couple of days after the fact, like I would just be like crying in bed, like in tears of joy, being like, wow, this series isn't dead, it's back. And it's like, this game could be mid as hell for all I care, but it's the fact that it's back, and if Nintendo felt like it, they could make some more after this. And that's what makes me so happy, knowing that this franchise is around and might stick around to this day. But it also makes me... somebody made a tweet theorizing about it, but someone was like, hey, you notice how a bunch of Mario RPGs have been coming back lately? I wonder if Nintendo's trying to gauge the sales of each of them to see which one's the most popular, to see which
Brothership's going to sell the best.
Yeah, I hope it does,
I completely believe it did.
I hope it does. It's my favorite one. I'm sorry, Paper Mario fans and RPG fans, but you only have one game, so... But like, yeah, I want Mario and Luigi back so badly, and I hope this game does well.
So my sort of stance on this game is, there's actually a bit of news regarding this game that we haven't had a concern, so I didn't bring it up earlier, but I just want to bring it up now. There is the rumor that this game is being developed by Ilka.
I've heard that rumor, and I'm glad that I at least saw it before I heard that. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not as scared, you know?
I was going to say, if it's Ilka, I do not blame Nintendo for just not bringing it up in the trailer who's making it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, good idea not mentioning it, because if this is like it, this is going to save their studio. Like, their entire reputation is going to be fixed overnight. You know what I mean?
I definitely prefer the way they've done it so far, because, yeah, if this just got leaked and they just said, Mario and Luigi game developed by Ilka, oh boy, I'd be hating. I'd be at the seams raging.
As far as we know, a lot of the former Alpha Dream staff went to Ilka, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I will specifically say that my personal opinion on this Ilka side is that this game, at least visually, looks outstanding. And while I wasn't as gung-ho about getting like into it immediately, after the direct, I've been thinking about it more and more. I'm like, dude, I could really go for a Mario and Luigi game right now. It's been long enough. I'm kind of missing it.
Dude,
it's like
the time, yeah.
It feels like it's finally creeping back in. It's like, man, I haven't played a Mario and Luigi game in a couple of years now.
I need its humor in my life again. I've missed it so much. Even Paper Jam, like it gave me a smile on my face, and I missed that so much. And I just want to see these two brothers, you know, just beating the shit out of some random Koopas. You know,
and especially the title is literally Brothership. Like, they clearly know what theme they're going for. They said, no third playable character, no babies, no nothing. We're locking in on the bros. And that is, I respect that. I completely respect that.
It might have a double meaning, though, because they might have their own pirate ship, but it also
They do. It was in the trailer. The mothership.
Yeah, but to also enhance the brothership, their relationship. So, you know, cool little cool little naming scheme there.
Yeah, it's very fun.
And then also just like the art style's amazing. You already knew that, but
Mm-hmm.
art style's amazing. It's literally just the artwork of every game, but now it's 3D, and it's awesome.
This was the only way to make this series look good in 3D, and I'd say they cooked. They cooked.
They did cook. Do you want to talk
All
about the
right,
Nintendo World Championships NES edition?
The game that's probably going to sell really well and probably already has a sequel in production, judging by the naming scheme. Yeah, it's probably gonna be okay. I don't think I'm actually gonna get it, honestly. The fact that this is a sequel to NES Remix with none of the remix is kind of sad.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
It's like it's neat, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like if this was like the Nintendo World Championships GBA or something, maybe I'd be interested. But like, I don't. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I've had enough of the NES.
I do want to share this story though, real quick though, because I think that's the reason I'm kind of excited for this game now. Nintendo Novice, I forgot when it was, but he thought this game was releasing like on a Wednesday, like 2 weeks ago, and he was like gonna go to GameStop and everything to pick this game up. And it wasn't until I told him, I'm like, not only do games not release on Wednesdays, but the game is coming out in July, Novice. What are you thinking?
I think he probably read the date backwards as you know,
No.
like he read one that went day, month, year as month, day, year.
I know, and I was like, Novice, what are you doing? And he's like,
You watched the British trailer, man.
and he's like, oh, thank you, Cyan, you saved me a trip. And I'm like, were you actually gonna go? And he said, yeah, he was gonna go.
Oh my god. Though I will say, I think this game will be interesting by its 5th entry, probably.
Oh yeah.
It's a case where this isn't for me, but I know it's gonna do well, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Also,
it's a cool
probably
idea.
just one more thing I want to add is that I was so disappointed with this trailer specifically when it got to the end and said 13 NES games. I was like,
only 13.
13? Yeah, they said it in the trailer. I was like, really?
This game's
You
like
have,
$40.
Like, I think they're all literally in the opening shot of it. Zelda, Excite Blink, Mario 1.
Oh god, now it's
Mario
worth
1
it.
twice. Ice Climbers, that's okay. I guess like Donkey Kong, Kirby's Adventure, Mario 2, Mario 3. Like they got 3 Marios in here. I guess.
There better
just
be
the
some
NES.
like good this game better be like super replayable because I just don't see it so far.
Like the only notable inclusion that sticks out as like interesting is Kid Icarus.
All these games are also on Nintendo Switch Online, so if you're just not interested in speedrunning or anything like that, then well there you go, just go on Switch Online.
Yeah, I guess it's nice that the thing is I don't know if it's the full game included or if it's literally you can only play it in the snippets. You know what I mean?
You only play snippets.
Like, well, I know that for the speedrun mode, if it's like, does it throw you in the whole game? Is there like a mode for that? Because
I
then,
didn't think of that.
That justifies it because then you can play like
Then
the
you
whole game. It's available physically.
You practically own the games physically. Then at that point,
but I feel like Nintendo's not going to do that.
They
sadly.
wouldn't do that because they want you to
I
buy their
wish.
online subscription. Yeah.
I'm already paying $50 a year. God.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving along, we have Fairy Tail 2 and Phantasm Neo Dimension, which I assume that both of us neither have anything to say about it. What do you think, Mystic?
I prefer Nintendo Switch Sports, and I hate Nintendo Switch Sports.
What a transition! That is a transition of all time. If I can think of one.
I played
man.
this game a grand total of once when a friend brought it to the video game club we had at school when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I played Sword Fighting Games and thought, this plays like garbage, and then never bought it or touched it again.
Yeah, I hate to say it as well. When I was in high school, the most mileage I got out of this game was in school playing bowling, and that's the only game we wanted to play, by the way, bowling, because it reminded us of Wii bowling. That's how sad this game is. And I still can't, like, every time I think of this game, I think back to them being like, oh yeah, we're going to add content. And then they were going to try to add golf, and then that got delayed. And then that was that. That was supposedly the last sport they were going to add. And now they're adding basketball. And
I have a theory. So I talked about this with Joey when we recorded together about this with Noir.
Mhm.
And the case is with this is that I don't think this was planned at all originally. My guess is that they just had a group of new developers and were like, hey, we need to train these guys in the Nintendo pipeline. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're just like, hey, what's something we can easily insert a small game into and still release it so we can profit off this? And I'm guessing the result of that was basketball. That's my guess. They're like, hey, we got some new people. Let's put something together real quick.
What about Mario Party Superstars? Which I'll get to that when we get to that. But like, come on.
Well, that's developed by MD Cube, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
Was
I
it?
guess that's true.
Yeah. So this is like an internal Nintendo project. They probably had like, yeah, we got a group of 20 new guys. Y'all want to put together something real quick? Probably not even 20.
There are so many better things you could have just been like, oh hey guys, you want to do this thing real quick? Like,
it was probably just meant to be like a training thing that's like, hey, we'll put it out. That's my personal guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but screw this game, man. Like they've dropped the ball, and it's far too late to bring players back. And I hate that it's trying to be like Fortnite. I know I compare literally every battle pass related thing to Fortnite, but like I hate that you have to play all these games to unlock cosmetics, and if you miss out on the chance, then you can't get them back again. And I know it's free. It's not like there's any in-app purchases, but like when it's Nintendo doing it, it's just like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, it's like Splatoon. You kind of killed the reward system in that game.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it in Splatoon either, by the way, so everyone knows I'm not being like contradictory, but yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they brought it back. Anyway, this next game, I don't know anything about it, but I don't know if you saw a clip on this, but Mio Memories in Orbit. Every Xenoblade fan shared the same brain cell when they saw the name of this game.
I mean, is there a character named Mio?
Yeah, no, the main character's name is Mio. For context, one of the main protagonists in Xenoblade 3, her name is Mio. And
that explains it.
Yeah. that's why everyone you're probably wondering why a bunch of people probably screamed Mio in a funny way if you saw their reaction. That's probably why.
I will say though, this game, like, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not into
pretty.
the Metroidvania stuff, but it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Disney Illusion Island. I don't care. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. South Park predicted that.
And it's just Animal Crossing at that point, but like, yeah.
Looney Tunes, Wacky World of Sports. This is just Mario Sports mix, but with Looney Tunes.
And dude. And they're trying to do like the stylized look, and like I don't know why I'm so angry about this, but they were trying to do the stylized look, and it just looks so bad. Like there's a right way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it. And this game does it badly, and I hate it so much. I can't believe it's shown off on an official Nintendo presentation.
Among Us got some more roles, and I think that'll be fun if somebody else gets me to do a video with them about it, because I'm not doing that. It's on my own time.
I was going to do an Among Us video when the Indie Cube update came out or whatever for like indie cosmetics, but even then I was like,
Like it's a fun little thing, but I don't know, like I'll probably go back to it if people want to play it and we have enough people, because it's so weird trying to play the game now with 10 players when it feels wrong. Like it almost feels like the modern version of the game is designed around 15 players. But I'm not playing with randos online, nor do I have 15 friends to sit together in a room to play this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know this wasn't brought up in the Direct, and this was brought up on Summer Game Fest. I think we might have mentioned it in that episode, but I want to bring it up here in case we didn't bring it up there, because I think it's awesome. The developers Innersloth have used the money raised from Among Us to help out other indie studios, and they're like creating a project for it. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Innersloth World or something.
It's Outer Sloth.
Outer Sloth? Yeah.
I think we did touch on this, yeah.
Well, I still want to highlight it. It's still so freaking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
So based of them. Yeah, that's the highlight for Among Us, in my opinion.
That's it. Anyway, also, Farmagia. This is an interesting game because it almost looks like somewhere between, like, on like a triangle, it's like a weird mesh of Dragon Quest, Pikmin, and Pokemon. It's a weird blender thing, and I think it looks interesting, but I am not really interested. We've heard some people talk about like, oh, this could be really good, but it's also launching 6 days before Mario and Luigi, so nobody cares.
Yeah, you kind of fucked yourself over with that one. All right, but now we have a game we could talk about here, and I'm Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. This is the third time Donkey Kong has returned.
Donkey Kong, well, actually, it's the fourth time. You forget the NVIDIA Shield version.
God,
so this is
damn
Donkey
it.
Kong Country Returns returns HD.
With new funky mode. No, it doesn't even have a funky mode either.
No,
like, God damn it.
But I will give them credit. This is looking to be the definitive edition of the game where they add in the 3DS stuff in HD without having to worry about the motion controls.
Mm-hmm.
At the single cost to that, why is this game $60?
Why is this game $60? Why is this game releasing in January? Why is this game, like, I'm going to be honest, it kind of looks bad. I feel like they could have done a little bit more to it. I know they have a little bit more time to work on it, but it's not looking like it, Chief. And by the way, this is one of my favorite like platformers of all time. So this hate is coming out of love. Yeah, why this game? I don't know.
There's a reason why this game specifically. It's because the Super Nintendo World Donkey Kong expansion is heavily based on DKC returns. Like, they showed off the Tiki Tech tribe in one of the commercials. I don't know why you didn't use like K-Rool and the Kremlings, but sure, man.
I mean, I like them. I think they're cool characters, and I do want them to be used more. But I mean, you brought K-Rool back in Smash. I mean, you know. But I guess that was a one-time thing, because clearly they're not interested in doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. Anyway, I don't have much to talk about this next thing. I'm just happy for fans.
I do. I have words.
Okay.
Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. I've actually been like keeping up with some of the Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, which terrible title, by the way, just to be
for sure.
Clear about that.
That's like putting the genre Call of Duty first-person shooter adventure Black Ops 3.
I would have just called it Dragon Quest III Reborn or something. That would have been so much cooler.
That's all you needed to do, and yet for some reason you just have to display the genre of the game right under it.
HD 2D, which is like great term. Now do Pokemon Black and White like this. But
and name it exactly Black and White 2 HD 2D remake.
I find it cool that they're also doing Dragon Quest 1 and 2 because apparently 3 comes first chronologically. But what I've been seeing is a bunch of Dragon Quest fans saying this game will be the best place to start for new players because they're taking the most like well-renowned game and earliest in the timeline, but they're giving it like the updated mechanics and all that.
Oh, so, that's nice.
Everyone's saying if you're going to start Dragon Quest, this is where you start. So honestly, I've gone to the point from I'm not interested on this to if I see this drop down to like $30 on Steam, because we all know how Square is.
Yeah.
I'll grab it. I think I'll pick it up. I'll give it an honest try.
Normally, I would be like, "Oh, you cheapskate," but like, I do find it interesting though. I did watch a Mudahar video on this. I've never played these games, by the way, so feel free to tell me if I'm wrong or anything. But Mudahar mentioned how these games are like 20 hours a piece. And how these games, they're all separate, by the way, and they're all $60 a pop for 20 hours of gameplay.
To be fair, these are some good looking remakes.
And no, they look amazing for sure. It's just, yeah, that is an interesting point because it's not like the stories are going to be extended for each of them. And I know Paper Mario's 20 hours, and I know some other Mario, or probably Mario RPG as well was like 20 hours, but like, yeah, it's a hard sell, a bit of a hard sell for sure. So I might also wait for a price chop, but.
Square Enix, give me a demo and my life is yours.
You want to be sponsored by Square Enix of all people? I feel like
no. I just want to see a demo. So
no, it will happen. Don't worry.
I would like to play a demo so I can get my grips on it. You know what I mean?
They always release the demos for these. Like it's gonna happen. Also, I'm stumbling on my words. I said price chop earlier instead of price drop. So I apologize, everybody. It's 2 a.m. 3 for him.
Speaking of 2 a.m, can you cover this Funko Garbo while I go to the bathroom real quick? Just keep talking. I don't care. This is Freddy Fazbear in it, so I don't care. Bye.
All right.
I'll be back in like 5 seconds.
Sounds good. So, Funko Fusion, everybody. The fact that Mystic Left has told you everything you need to know about her thoughts on this game. Yeah, I'm not really interested. It's an interesting game for sure, and it has some like fun ideas, and it looks like a fun thing to do, but I don't know, it's just not hitting for me. It also might have to deal with the fact that I just do not like Funko as like a collectible. I like to collect the figures and stuff, and Funkos, they just aren't it. The only Funko I have is a Funko Greninja, and that is the only Funko thing I ever plan on owning. So if that doesn't tell you how I feel about Funko as a brand and as a, I don't know, an identity, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, I don't know how far they're gonna go with the Funko IP though, or if they're gonna add like DLC for other IPs in the future. I mean, they got Freddy Fazbear and Invincible and Jurassic Park and all that, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know what else. I don't even know what this genre of the game is. So
What did I miss?
nothing really. I was just explaining
Okay,
how
cool.
I was explaining how much I don't like Funko as a collectible. Really, that's it.
Honestly, fair enough. I own like a couple Funko Pops, and it's pretty much just because I got them as gifts.
Mhm.
Like I got an Eggman one from I got it from like Dave and Buster's because I had enough tickets for it. Like I have a Pikachu and Eevee one that I bought because they were literally on sale like half off at a Barnes and Nobles. So
There you go.
it's like I don't care for Funko. It looks kind of mid. And apparently, I heard that the development of this game behind the scenes has been a nightmare.
Probably because they have so many IPs they gotta deal with.
Now, it's more the fact that it's apparently been, like, severely mismanaged. So,
No fun.
yikes.
Well,
Anyway.
next up is Luigi's Mansion 2. I'm gonna skip this one because there's nothing to talk about. I
Water
feel
went down the wrong pipe. Hold up, give me a minute.
Yeah, I feel weird about this game because like they have nothing to advertise with this game. They're not adding any new content, not even a Guigi like co-op or anything like that. No like redesign or extra content or anything. It's kind of yeah.
Earlier today, people found out the file structure is literally the exact same to the point where you can move save files from the 3DS to the Switch version with like no alterations.
How?
I have no idea, but apparently I saw it on my Twitter timeline. Some modder figured it out literally this morning. They have to do almost, they just dragged in a new save for 100% and it worked.
What the fuck?
I know.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
I can't even fathom how they didn't change anything about this game.
They just didn't. Like, it's not even that bad. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was already a pretty good game. It's just more the fact that they're once again charging $60 for this. I personally, if I was in charge, I would have just said, I know it's Mario, it'll sell well anyway, but
yeah,
I would have put it out for $40 just to, you know. Is that so much the original costed?
This is and Arlo said this too in the video he was talking about this. He was like, this is a whole video on its own, and for the sake of this thing, this is a whole separate like episode on its own as well. But like, they're so inconsistent on prices when it comes to like remakes and remasters and all that. Why is Prime was like 40, I believe, or
I think
50.
Prime was dropped to 40 because they didn't know if it would sell well at 60.
Yeah,
that's my theory.
It's such
because it's
bullshit.
Metroid.
Like, why can't any of these be 50 or 40 if it's just going to be HD with no new content? If they had new content, fine, we'll do 60. I'm cool with that. If they got a Bowser's Fury, okay, maybe that's a little too ambitious. If they have a new funky mode or something like that, sure, I'll drop 60, but none of these do.
Yeah. All right. Well, hold up. Hear me out on this next one, though.
Okay.
The new Denpamen. Do you know what Denpamen is?
Well, that is the funniest name for a game I've ever seen in a hot minute, so you got my interest a little bit.
Basically, what happened is that the entire series was on 3DS, and I've only heard a lot of this secondhand. I haven't done as much research myself. But apparently, the way it works is that it's a mix between Pokemon Go and Animal Crossing. Kind of. Excuse me, by the way. So, the way it works is that, like, you will connect to Wi-Fi signals, which then add in the Denpamen. So to keep connecting to new Wi-Fi signals to find new Denpamen, and you kind of catch them with like an AR camera. I think that's obviously changed for the Switch version. But apparently, this is like a free-to-play game with actual microtransactions. The previous ones were all paid versions, like fully paid. So I think the theory is that this one is also coming to mobile soon, but it's coming to Switch first because the series has apparently always been Nintendo exclusive. It was way more popular in Japan than the US.
Which is interesting considering it's so similar to Animal Crossing. I guess the Mii characters as well.
It's more that it has a very specific gimmick that it sticks to, and I will give them credit for that. That's very funny. But yeah, that's really it.
Yeah. It looked funny though, I'll say that.
Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. It's an Apple Arcade title. Good. Apple Arcade title is being freed. Next.
Yeah, I'd love that. More of that. Even though I'm probably never gonna get this game, but you know, happy for fans. You know.
I will specifically say Sonic Dream Team did finally get its, I'm pretty sure, last content update recently. So it's not off the table to get ported soon.
There you go.
And then I can finally tell my parents, stop paying for Apple Arcade. All right. Darkest Dungeon 2. Cool. Sequel to a game that was popular.
Yippee!
NSO games.
Yeah, not really too interested in this, but and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they add a whole, like, is it within the GameCube app or like what is it? It's like they added a whole T-rated section apparently.
Okay, the thing is, it already existed in Japan. Just so they don't have to change the rating of the regular NSO and 64 app, there's just a separate app for the M-rated games.
Or M, I don't know why I said T.
Yeah. But so there's now a separate N64 M-rated app with Perfect Dark and Turok 1 on it. Apparently Japan has Turok 2 and 3 already.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, we're getting it late.
This is the perks of not living in the country that Nintendo's based in.
However, the GBA stuff is awesome. Metroid Zero Mission, the remake of Metroid 1, basically using mechanics from Metroid Fusion, I think it's called.
So all the 2D Metroid games are on Switch now, I believe, after this.
Yep, every single one of them. And honestly, that's pretty awesome.
Let's fucking
the
go,
only
dude.
exception to that is Samus Returns, which I would not be shocked if gets like a remake sequel port. You know what I mean?
See that? Okay, maybe I wouldn't pay 60 for it, but like that's a good remake that needs to come to Switch.
Because so many people didn't play it on 3DS because it was one of the last 3DS games, so
Yeah.
I'd be okay with it getting just a proper port. You know.
Yeah.
But most importantly is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past plus 4 Swords. This is the first time 4 Swords, at least the GBA one. The GameCube one is still missing in action. However, 4 Swords for the Game Boy Advance is now playable with online multiplayer.
Hell yeah. We don't have to use emulators anymore. I don't think I'm going to make a video on this, but, you know, maybe we could do it for shits and giggles.
Yeah, here's the thing. Apparently, I watched John Cartwright did a pretty great video on it. It was supposed to talk about how it works with Link to the Past, because there's extra content in the Link to the Past on GBA version. There's more stuff than was in the SNES. But you gotta, like, beat 4 Swords to get that. But apparently, 4 Swords on GBA is only, like, 2.5 hours.
Oh.
It's, like, at the length that you could reasonably finish in tonight with on a Discord call with some friends.
Okay. Interesting.
So,
yeah, I feel weird because my experience with this game is the fact that I didn't play this game and I played Triforce Heroes and I had a great time.
I love Triforce Heroes, bro.
Can that come to Switch, please?
Unironically, I do not like Zelda games, but I love Triforce Heroes.
It was so fun.
I had just a weird amount of fun with that game, and also Link Between Worlds in general. I really like the physics moving around in that game.
I do, like, I do too. I love the engine of it. It was like replayable because you wanted to get like all the clothing and stuff.
I wish I finished it. I still haven't. I got pretty far in, like at least like a fourth or so into it, and then I don't remember why I dropped it. I think I got stuck on something that I just got bored. So, but like, listen, hear me out. It'd be really fun if we did 4 Swords for a video, Cyan, because I'm too lazy to organize this myself.
Is this okay? Actually, okay. So I am doing like filler stuff until I don't want to spoil all my plans, but basically I'm doing one more month of like funny moment videos before I do a new type of content for the channel. Is this already on Switch Online?
It's already up.
Okay, then we can do it.
Yay! See if anybody in the YouTuber server is available this week, because, well, God knows work's not scheduling me.
We'll see. I'm free this entire... I love how we're just planning a video mid-podcast, but yeah...
Just mid-podcast! Why not?
I'm free this entire next week, the week as Wooper Watch goes up. But actually, funnily enough, fun fact, this episode goes up the day before the 4th of July. So there you go.
Oh, happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah.
May the land of the free... or something.
You know, I know America is like struggling right now, but like America is like an idea. It's still one of the coolest things in my opinion.
July 4th is not to celebrate America, it's to celebrate Captain America. That's what it is. My favorite character in Marvel vs. Cal. Oh, no. We'll get to that.
Not yet.
I'm jumping the gun. That's exactly 2 entries away, actually. Just want to skip Phantom Brave the Lost Hero.
I don't have much to say about it. I have a friend who's like losing his mind over it. I'm gonna inquire more from them, but yeah.
I'd say it looks cute.
I like the style of it, but yeah. Mystic, this is your section. I'm really happy
Marvel,
for you.
baby! It's Marvel, baby! All right, let me give you guys a TLDR on the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
And I've heard the
Arcade
history
Classics.
too. It's crazy.
I'll give the brief history because I know there's going to be people watching this podcast that have no idea. So basically, Marvel vs. Capcom is a series that a lot of people know about. It's relatively popular. I don't know how Cyan didn't know about it until they forced him to learn about it. But basically, there's 4 entries. It's actually more than 4. So there's way more than 4. But basically, the way it works is that it started as sort of an asset flip series between the X-Men games and Street Fighter. Alpha, to be specific. And then they added in some Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. So they added in like some of the Avengers stuff from the dedicated Marvel superheroes fighting game, which included Spider-Man. So they moved that into Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. Then for the entry after that, which went full on into the modern direction, then they made it so it's Marvel versus Capcom. That's Marvel versus Capcom 1. And they opened the doors to other Capcom properties like Darkstalkers and Mega Man. And then after that, was arguably considered one of the best fighting games in history, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So this game has literally 50 playable characters, which is insane for a fighting game at launch. Granted, a lot of it was, in fact, asset flips from the older Marvel and Capcom games. That's why, like, most of the Marvel roster is from X-Men. So, but still, the Capcom characters in particular, great lineup. But what happened is that was it for a while. And then when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was on the way, before that, they released Marvel vs. Capcom 2 digitally on the Xbox 360 and PS3. So that existed and became apparently the highest selling digital game of all time at the time. I didn't even know that until Maximilian Dude pointed it out. But what happened is that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out and kind of killed the franchise. But shortly before that, they ended up delisting Marvel vs. Capcom 2, as well as the collection they released not long after that of the first couple games of the MVC series. So that just straight up vanished. And for the last, like, 10 or so years, I think, actually more than that now, there has been no legal way to purchase Marvel vs. Capcom 1 or 2. 3 and Infinite are still up. Who knows how long. But MVC 2, one of my favorite fighting games of all time, arguably one of the best fighting games of all time. I miss my boy Amingo. He's only playable in this game, and that makes me sad. But yeah, so finally, back on modern platforms, Switch included, I will be buying multiple copies of this game at full price.
Dude, it's like this game and Brothership. I definitely, like, I'm excited to grab for sure. I'm excited to see what everyone's because, like, it sucks. I know there was a tweet that was just like, if you weren't excited for this game, then you weren't around for the community. You just don't get it. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I wasn't around for it. I want to understand, but like,
I'm excited for this game because I got into MVC too late for the community. That's what, because I didn't really get into MVC until after Infinite basically killed the franchise. So, and then I went back. So now I'm excited to actually have the community.
I'm excited to fight against you as well. I'm going to be a Venom main. I hope he's good.
Venom has sauce. He's not a top tier at MVC 2, but he is good at, especially at MVC 1.
Okay,
he's
all
cracked
right.
in MVC 1.
All right, I'm a huge Venom guy. As you guys know, I love Venom.
My MVC 2 team, for anybody curious, is my absolute GOAT Captain America. I don't know why he's so fun to play. He's kind of like if Ryu was good in this game. Because, fun fact, Ryu sucks in MVC 2.
Aww.
If you're playing a Shoto in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, you're playing it wrong.
Oh, but, so is that why you run that skin in Fortnite, then? Not the Captain America skin, but that Star Spangled Trooper.
Yeah, that's part of why I ran him so much. It was actually because that was my first ever skin in Fortnite, and I got him literally on the 4th of July. But part of the reason why is I kept running him with a Street Fighter backbling, because, like, I ain't paying for the Captain America skin. This is my Marvel vs. Capcom. Close enough. But yeah, so Captain America and then Mega Man, because in this game, he is so stupid. You know, like, in the game it's 4 buttons, so you have light punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium, heavy kick.
Mm-hmm.
His heavy punch is just a Mega Buster shot, but it's like a charge shot.
What you mean, like
the whole charge, so it's massive.
Like
he
the
has a
forward
massive
smash
fireball. No, it's yeah, like the one in Smash, like the fully charged one. He basically has that on his heavy punch.
Oh.
It's like, I just jump up and down and hit the ground, just to shoot the fireball, and it's like nobody I play with knows how to beat it. It's so stupid. They always fall for it. And the last slot, goes to a character who is only in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, a Mingo. He's rumored to be a scrap Darkstalker from a game that didn't come out and they kind of reused his assets for this. Cyan, you probably don't know who I'm talking about,
I
do
don't
you?
know, but I'm eager to learn, and I know when I get this game, you're gonna beat my ass. But wait, okay. So I have a friend who has this as a profile picture, and I just don't know who they are, but I've seen.
Yeah,
his face.
a Mingo. He's basically the Darkstalker that never was that they threw at MVC2 and sadly has not come back in any of the games. Ruby Hart, the main character, who's original technically, and also Sansan, who's sort of a retrain of an old Capcom NES game. They're basically original fighting game characters that have never left MVC2. So, it's pretty tragic. Because every other newcomer from MVC2, I think, has come back between Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, if I'm not mistaken. Except, like, Anacharis, but you can already play him at Darkstalkers, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I am incredibly excited for this game. It also includes, I think, the first proper digital release of the old Punisher beat-em-up. So, at least I think this is the first digital release, which apparently was a really good game. I don't know.
I mean, might as well try it out. They brought it back. They went through all the effort.
If it's there, man, I might as well play it.
I'm so glad this is getting a physical, though. Like, I was, like, worried it was going to be
I'm
digital.
scooping the physical. My plan is that I'm going to get it probably physical on Switch, and then I'm probably going to buy it on PC as well the second it goes on sale. Mm-hmm. So, like, honestly, I don't think I can warrant buying it twice. Like, I know I was kind of exaggerating earlier, but I'm probably going to get the physical on Switch, and I'll probably... Because the first Capcom Fighting Collection has already dipped to, like, $15 a couple times. So once it hits that, I'll probably buy it on PS5 and PC as well. Because, like... I'm gonna take you for a ride, man. Dude, on Instagram, you can send songs in your stories, and I just keep using people's remixes of Marvel vs. Capcom songs. My friends are getting irritated with it. They're all sending something, yeah, they put, like, Taylor Swift on there, and I have Mega Man's theme, Marvel vs. Capcom. Like,
you should mix it up and use the Jay-Z version to mix it up.
When is Jay-Z gonna make a song called Captain America? When are you gonna do that? Jay-Z! Jay-Z!
He's already
make Marvel vs. Capcom a rap song, and my life is yours!
He's already done a Guilty Gear song. Like, he's on a journey to go after every fighting game. Like, he's gotta come to this game eventually.
It's so funny how the Guilty Gear fandom just stole him from Mega Man.
Oh, yeah.
They just magically stole him.
They stole him. The Bridget fans, they stole him.
Oh no, but yeah, so this is unironically my most hype thing of the entire direct. Like, you saw my reaction. I was screaming. I was like, because apparently this did not get leaked at all beforehand. Mm-hmm. So everybody, even the Capcom ambassadors, were completely taken off, unsurprised by this. So,
dude, this was
I'm happy.
For people who haven't watched his reaction or from my side, I don't know what I'm saying. This was his version of Azura for me. Like, when she got that new alt.
Except I saw this and my immediate thought was, no, I thought I was dreaming. I genuinely thought I was, like, in a dream when I saw this happen. Like, I was like, this is fake. This is fake. And then they showed Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and I screamed. Like, I do not scream bloody murder in my reactions. I usually talk very loudly, but I actually screamed at the top of my lungs when I saw this.
This and Brothership just being brought back from the dead. Like, this...
Good direct for dead franchises.
Oh, yeah. They know how to tug on nostalgia. Anyway, we gotta move on.
Hold on, let me just add one more thing. If you go back and find my direct reaction... If you only watch the first 15 seconds of the clip, it just sounds like I'm getting electrocuted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, who wants to animate me getting electrocuted? All right. Jokes aside, you want to take this next one?
Yeah, this next one's interesting. So I'm going to be optimistic about it, by the way. So before y'all just be like, oh, you're just being super negative, I'm going to be a little optimistic about it because the trailer did show some cool things. But Mario Party Jamboree... Oh, okay. Super Mario Party Jamboree. A sequel to Super Mario Party, the first Mario Party game on Switch. Really interesting decision.
Okay, would like to clarify about the branding specifically. My theory is that they were doing Super Mario Party as what they wanted to start the numbers from scratch, which is why they did Super.
Yeah.
But then they're like, okay, we feel like we need to atone for the sins of the top 100.
Yeah.
And just wanted to get the next Mario Party out quick, so they probably did that while working on this game. You know what I mean? So my theory is that it was always planned to start Super Mario Party, and this was always meant to be Super Mario Party 2. It says that Superstars was kind of plopped in as like a sort of anniversary celebration game, and also a apology letter.
That sounds about right.
That's my thoughts on that specifically, but carry on.
Yeah, I kind of share the same sentiment with a lot of like veteran Mario Party players. When Superstars came out, we're all just like, yes, peak gameplay. Literally, I know so many people who skipped Super Mario Party and got Superstars. And yeah, we've been enjoying Superstars, and we all been waiting for the day when Nintendo decides to bat an eye towards this game. And it's like, yeah, can you give us some DLC, new maps, maybe some new characters? That'd be cool. Nope, brand new game. Which, in hindsight, that does make sense. You know, why would you add DLC for that game when you can just throw it all into this brand new Mario Party? And in that sense, yeah, I don't blame them. And yeah, it's kind of hard to be mad at it though, because the ideas that it's showing are kind of cool. There's a Mario Kart track. There is there's a new game mode where you fight up against 20 players in like just a mini game battle royale or whatever.
They just did what Monkey Ball did. They literally did what Monkey Ball did. They added a 20-player battle royale, well, 20-ish player battle royale to it.
Mm-hmm. They do have a ton of new characters as well. We got a Ninja now. Fishy Boopkins returns. That's what I'm gonna call him. I know his name's Spike.
Don't call him that.
I know his name's Spike, but it's funnier to call him Fishy Boopkins. Yeah, a lot of variety on playable characters. I'll give it that.
I'm actually kind of concerned about the roster because my main from Super, my boy Hammer Bro, is not present yet.
That's whack.
Where
considering he was in Mario Party.
Where is he? Because he's only been playable in the first Super Mario Party, and like I'm looking for him up and down the trailer. He was?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I didn't play 8.
Well, he was unlockable. You had to unlock him, but yes, it was him, Dry Bones, and somebody else. I forgot who.
Blooper.
Oh, Blooper. It was Blooper. How do you remember that, but you don't remember Hammer Bro?
But yeah. So I just want my son Hammer Bro back, and the fact he's not in the trailer makes me sad. So
you got a Ninja,
I'm not
though.
buying this game until they drop Hammer Bro. I will probably buy it anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till reviews come out before I form my opinion fully, but yeah, really interesting decision. But you know, it's like Call of Duty for Nintendo. Not in a bad way, of course. It's just like, yeah, there's always gonna be multiple Mario parties on a Nintendo console, and that's just how life is gonna be. That's how the cookie crumble. Anyway, this next game, very interested in what you have to say about it. But The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This is the first, okay, maybe not the first, but like a major Zelda game where Zelda's the main playable character and Link gets cast aside.
The first one that counts.
Yeah.
My thoughts on this is that, okay, I have a lot of thoughts. First of all, should have been Triforce Heroes 2. Second of all,
that's a take.
I did not play Link's Awakening. I know my brother did.
Me neither.
But the thing is, I look at this game and I think that the concept in and of itself is actually very interesting because it's like taking Breath of the Wild and it's like sort of crunching down that sort of open-er formula into it. But my biggest concern is that I think this game is going to grow really stale. Like, the fact that they showed in the trailer, you have a jump button, which in a 2D Zelda game with no item, yikes. There's a reason they didn't do that much. But, in the trailer, they literally showed her climbing up a mountain by just stacking beds on top of each other, just jumping to the other one. It's like, so what's stopping me from solving every single puzzle in this game with a tower of beds?
It's kind
of
what I mean? It's the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom, but like to like a way more extreme sense, considering this game is not as like.
This game does not have the limit of height.
Yeah, it's gonna be way more extreme. I don't know if I brought it up to you, but like, I don't even know if combat's gonna be fun. You know, I'm
I
like,
agree. I completely agree. I think combat's gonna be like it's gonna be fun for the first 20 minutes. Then the second you get to a boss fight, it's all gonna crumble.
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, because everyone's like, oh, you know how the Zelda games when you're playing as Link, they're adventure games. Well, the Zelda games when you're playing as Zelda, it's a puzzle game. And I'm like, okay, well, this better be a damn fun puzzle game because I think the concept is cool, but I'm thinking about me playing it, and I'm just like, so do I have to go fight some? I have to go find some random enemy, capture them, and then just throw a bunch of them at a boss if I find one. Like,
I think if you beat them once, you get it.
yeah,
To my understanding, unless you have limited ones, in which case I'll be very concerned. Though I will say, what's funny about this game is that Link has a sword, Zelda has a wand, and an infinite pile of rocks, which is kind of funny. Just kill this guy with rocks. That's a great way to do it.
That is yeah. And I did mention this already, but like, yeah, people were making jokes about how, oh yes, the Link games, they're adventure games. Zelda game, I guess they're all puzzle games. So what about the Ganondorf game? And it's just an all-out fucking like beat 'em up, like just.
That's just Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah,
that's just Hyrule Warriors.
Or actually, no, I think people described it more as Doom. Like, it would just be Ganondorf with a sword
like
just
Doom.
terrorizing everything.
Dude, that'd be fun, though.
That would be
Dude,
fun.
you've played Hyrule Warriors, right?
Of course, we
yeah, I know, but remember how hard Ganondorf goes in the first one?
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. Full game of that.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely need to see more of this game. And I saw Arlo's video. I know a lot of people disagree with what he said in that video, and I kind of disagree with a lot of what he said as well. But he did make a good point. This is the same map as Link Between Worlds, and not that that's
third time, man.
Not that that's
third time.
Yeah, not that it's a bad map, but if you know the layout, it's gonna be kind of boring.
Like, I really hope the interiors are very different. Because, like, you can make the case for why the outside is the same. Because this is supposed to be... It's kind of screwed by being a sequel to Link's Awakening, but my question is if this takes place before or after the Oracle games. I wonder if they'll even address that.
Or is this after Link Between Worlds and it's just a different art style? We don't even know.
I think this is going to be before Worlds, after Oracle. That is my guess. It's weird how this is the only part of Zelda lore with a canon timeline is specifically Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Oracle, and then a long time later between Worlds.
Yeah. It's also just interesting. Like, it's not that I hate this art style, but like, I find it interesting. They went from Awakening, and now they're going. This is a mainline 2D game. This isn't a remake like Awakening was. This is like a brand new 2D Zelda game with this art style.
Yeah.
It's inconsistent. That's how I describe it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the idea behind it that well. And another thing I want to quote from Arlo about this game and why I might be a little concerned. Regardless of how you feel about Tears of the Kingdom, I think one thing I noticed when I look back on it is that Tears of the Kingdom, it's not structured at all. You can break the game wide open, and that's fun. Gives you, it makes you feel a certain way when you break a puzzle in a way that wasn't intended by the developers. It's fun sometimes, but after a while, you can break the game wide open super easily. And they're kind of bringing that approach over to the 2D Zelda games now, and I don't know how I feel about it. Because like you said, with Zelda being able to stack beds and having a fucking jump button, I'm really worried about this game.
I just hope that it's like still fun. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Because part of the reason, like, I feel there is something magical about linear 2D Zelda. Like, I like how they've always been
You're right, yeah.
kind of non-linear. It's like...
That's the appeal of these.
Yeah, they've always been, like, a little bit non-linear, but it's like, choose between two dungeons who can do them in any order.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in Link Between Worlds, like, you do a couple, and then it's like, hey, I'll dot 3 on your map. You go do them whatever order you like. This more almost gives the vibes of... God, man, just go to Death Mountain. Just go there first.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, for Breath of the Wild, that worked, but for 2D, I just don't know. This feels like it's going to end up as, like, the more divisive Zelda game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would not be shocked if this gets everywhere from, like, 5 out of 10 to 10 out of 10 to, like, everything in between.
Yeah, and it sucks, too, because, like, I've like tried to criticize this game, and everyone's like, "Oh, you hate it because it's playable Zelda," and it's like, no, fuck, everybody wants a playable Zelda as a main character. The fuck you talking about?
I like the idea of her using a magic wand. I just kind of wish they gave her the rods, like the fire and ice rod and sand rod or whatever.
They could easily make her a sorcerer, and nobody would have complained.
You could have given her like freaking, I don't know, Hadokens, and it would have been just as interesting. Like, if I feel like this could have been solved, they at least gave her a little bit of a whack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, the summoning is an option, but you can still just smack stuff upside the head. Granted, they haven't really confirmed if we're getting traditional items at all. My theory is that they're basically going to be converted. Like, they showed the top thing from, I think, Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
In one of the trailers. So it's like, my guess is that they might just be converting those into summons. So...
Well, the key art here suggests there is heart containers still, so no need to fret.
Oh boy! Oh, heart containers.
Oh,
the staple heart containers.
Yeah. And we're also getting.
There's also
new Nintendo Switch.
We're thinking the same thing. Yeah. New Switch Lite and it's gold. My guess is that not a lot of people are gonna buy this, and this will either A, rot on shelves, or B, this is actually going to be a very limited edition that's gonna become rare later.
It sucks because it looks cool, but holy shit, Nintendo, you decided to announce that there's a new console coming, so there's no reason to buy this.
If you would like to invest in pre-owned consoles, I would recommend buying a couple of these sealed and waiting 10 years for when the Switch 1 is just done. Out of production, gonzo. Though this might be a 3DS situation where the DS systems are barely valuable because the next one has backwards compatibility, so... You know what I mean?
Yeah, get rich quick scheme. Well, not so much quick. You gotta wait 10 years.
It's gold for a reason.
It's probably spray painted, but yeah.
You know what's not gold and is more like coal? Just Dance. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Lego Horizon Adventures. Nobody cares. I already gave my thoughts on this game, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. Go watch the last episode.
I'm gonna add a very small addendum. I have heard somebody say that there will be other Sony game as Legos in here. And I heard somebody say, I don't know if there's an actual screenshot taken, but somebody played like a demo or something and said there was a Ratchet and Clank skin. And like,
okay,
that makes me happy that Lego Ratchet and Clank might exist someday eventually. But that's it.
I mean, it's a cool thing, but like, I still don't get why Lego Horizon Adventures, of all like IP to turn into Lego Horizon, I don't know.
Sony wanted a family game, and they obliged.
I guess. You have Astro Boy, or sorry, Astrobot. My bad. Astrobot right there. Come on, just make him the Mario of Sony. Holy shit, man! Is it that hard?
Yep.
Is that a crazy hot take? I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. He's a funny guy. Anyway, Stray's on Switch now. Funny cat game I haven't played yet. There you go.
It's on Switch. Lord of the Rings, Honk Shoe Me Me Me.
Honk Shoe Me Me Me. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. God damn it, why is Capcom like the best company ever? Like, they're just bringing everything back from the dead. And
Capcom is unironically in their thriving era. You can tell what the state of Capcom is by the state of the Street Fighter series. And like, Street Fighter V was basically miserable for its lifespan until the last season was like, all right, lock in. And then Street Fighter 6 has been arguably the best game in the series. So, Capcom is basically back at their prime again, especially with these re-releases. Like, these were DS games, one of which not localized. You basically need to remake DS games to put them on modern consoles, and I'm so thankful the entire Ace Attorney series has now been port forwardable. That's awesome.
And you know what's crazy, too? Apollo Justice or whatever just came out, like, a couple months ago. And now we're just getting this. Like, they're on a roll. They are not stopping.
I would also specifically like to add the fact that this is the last Ace Attorney game that needed to be made available on a non-dual screen console. So now every single thing has been either ported properly or remade. So it is now faithfully all together. Which also means Capcom, in order to keep pushing Ace Attorney merch like they always love to do. Trust me, I went to the Capcom store in freaking Osaka, and there was a lot of Ace Attorney there. So they got awesome merch characters for this. Yeah, like Edgeworth.
Dude, I'm so down bad for Edgeworth. Anyway, that's a...
Honestly, I look at Gumshoe and I say he's just like me for real.
He's a funny guy. You would like Gumshoe. I need to finish the...
I do.
I gotta finish the Phoenix Wright trilogy. I'm almost done. I'm on the last game. Then I'm gonna do Apollo. I forgot the order and when I'm supposed to do it, but
It's literally just 1 to 3, and then I think Ace Attorney Investigation is between something, but apparently it doesn't matter from what I read online. Like, there's a reason the second one didn't even get localized because they're kind of self-isolated. So, at least from what I've heard, to be very clear, I am not a good source.
I like to play in order the best I can. Anyway, the 100-line Last Defense Academy. I don't remember this game.
I didn't even remember this was in the direct. Is this the Danganronpa lookalike?
Why do we have the same brain cell? Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, this is the Danganronpa looking game. I just remembered. Yeah.
Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven. Apparently, this is a huge deal in Japan.
Happy for you guys.
I had no idea. Like, apparently, after this direct, the two things that were, like, slamming up the Japanese game charts were Dragon Quest 3 and this. So,
what's the deal?
This is apparently something. I don't know what the deal is. It didn't really sell me with the trailer, but apparently it's cool.
Somebody please explain it. Like, it's not even that I don't want to, like, know. I want to know. I don't know. I don't get the deal. I need somebody to be super hyper fixated on it and be able to, like, convince me why this is the greatest piece of fiction ever. And
convince me how this is better than Dragon Quest. Go on, try.
To do your best, and I'll give it a look. That second look matters a lot, you know, for most people. If you're able to sell me on this game and get me to give it a second look, you know, that helps a lot. Anyways,
you know, a game also got a second look finally.
Yeah,
Metroid Prime 4. It only took 7 years.
You know, I saw an edit on Twitter shortly after this came out that added subheadings for all the other games. Metroid Prime 1, bed. Metroid Prime 2, bath. Metroid Prime 3, and Metroid Prime 4, beyond. Bed, bath, and beyond. Yeah. This game looks awesome. I don't have much to talk about because I haven't even finished Prime 1. I played Prime 1 and I got stuck. It's so weird because I like Metroidvanias, and yet the moment I played a 3D Metroidvania, I did play Fallen Order, and I love that. What?
Prime Remastered. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Well, I already said that, but like I was gonna say,
I'm zoning out. Keep going.
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I played Fallen Order, and that was a 3D Metroidvania, and I love that. So it was weird when I came down to playing Prime 1 Remastered, and it didn't click for me. I don't know why. So seeing this game and it's not looking any different at all, it didn't really like blow me away. I'm so happy for fans. I need to give Prime 1 Remaster another chance and it just see what it is that people like about this game so much. I got to figure it out because I'm not so sure. What do you think about this game?
Be blunt, I'm just not interested in Metroid to begin with. I think it looks awesome and great for fans that like it. I don't know. I just don't think it's my thing. Then again, I've never played one of the Prime games, so I wouldn't know. Like, yeah. I've only played a little bit of 2D, just kind of
2D ones are good, though.
Realize I don't like the game.
2D ones are hella solid. Move on.
I don't know, man. But I just don't think Metroid's kind of my flow. It's not really my usual area. So, if the game's good, probably won't play it unless I borrow somebody else's copy, but
yeah,
good for y'all. Good for y'all. I'm curious to see where the cliffhanger from all those years ago finally ends up.
Yeah, very happy to finally see this, though. We can finally stop speculating about it. I really thought this was going to be a launch title for Switch 2, but I was wrong, and it's going to be the closer, so there you go.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So, my theory, though, specifically with Donkey Kong coming in January, I just want to throw this out there real quick. My theory is that its nebulous 2025 release date is not actually like it's so far out into 2025, we don't know. I think it's actually just code for early 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were like, okay, this is everything specifically for the Switch 1. And curiously, our date cuts off in January 2025. My theory is that this will either be February or March. And then there's going to be like a break month, and then it'll be switched to the month after, or like a month after that.
And yeah, keep in mind, Pokemon Legends EA has to be one of those months as well.
Exactly. I'm thinking March, or one of these two is coming out in February, and one of them is coming out in March. And then there's going to be like a break period because I think they're probably shooting for the Switch 2 to be the summer release. That's my big theory. Switch 2 is summer of 2025. And
Would
because
April be too late?
I feel like April's almost too early.
But like
For the Switch 2 to be specific.
But Switch was in March, early March.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking that Switch 2, because we have just enough to pad out basically that end of winter, start of spring season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I feel like Switch 2 is just going to land perfectly in that summer.
Has a console ever released in the summer? Because that might be new.
Not off the top of my head for Nintendo, but keep in mind the Switch randomly released in like March. So.
And it worked out somehow.
I mean, it worked out perfectly. Like, they waited for after Christmas to get that last bits and pieces of the Wii U. So I think they kind of learned their lesson on that. It's like, yeah.
It doesn't need to be a holiday thing, for sure.
Yeah, so that's my theory. I think Switch 2 is summer. Metroid Prime 4 is going to either be the first big release of the year, or it's going to be the big spring release. The Pokemon is going to take winter. Metroid is going to take spring, or vice versa. It'll be one or the other.
Pokemon can't be... Oh, I mean, they did say 2025. We'd have no way of knowing.
Yeah, my guess is that Pokemon is going to be the start of the year, because remember what they did with Legends Arceus, because this is very much heavily revolving.
Start of the year, yeah.
This is very much revolving around the trading card game. The way the TCG works is that there's 4 sets in a year, and for remakes, they usually have what's kind of a new block, but not really. Like when BDSP and Legends Arceus came out, Legends Arceus came out too early for the sets that were getting designed to properly come out. Because obviously they didn't show off all the spoiler mons until they did not show off like the origin forms at all before the game came out. So basically, well, it's more than 4 sets a year in Japan because there's special sets and all that, and there's like 2 sets that make into one. But point is, for the 4 American sets, the first one was Brilliant Stars, which was like some nebulous adjacent to Sinnoh Pokemon. Like they put Arceus in there, and then they put like Shaman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is that the first set next year will probably be Scarlet and Violet, and it'll be something with like, you know, like a very nebulous, loose Kalos theming. Then the game will come out in February, and then the big set after that will probably actually lock in on the Legend stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my theory is that it's going to be Donkey Kong Country Returns, then to round out the end of winter, it's going to be Legends ZA, then spring is going to be helmed up by Metroid, and then Switch 2, and everything after that.
We'll see,
Gives me one birthday to save my money.
In terms of the reveal for the console, I'm thinking October or November for sure.
I think it is going to fall there as well. I just think the release date is going to be summer. Of course. Or at least the very end of spring.
Or if they're feeling bold, March 3rd again.
Honestly, I remember seeing some people throw that around as because we know the Switch 2 got delayed at some point internally.
Yeah.
I saw some people throwing around that the original date was actually going to be March 3rd again before the delay.
Oh, really? Before?
That would have been really funny. That would have been really, really funny.
Man, I just imagine if the next console isn't a Switch 2, and imagine it doesn't have backwards compatibility, and all this time they were just dropping all these games, and we're all just like, oh yeah, we're gonna play these on the next console. Just you wait.
Nope.
No, but like imagine a timeline where this is just brand spanking new.
Oh man. All right, you ready to wrap it up for today?
I am ready to wrap it up. That was a good episode, a really long one.
I've got the question of the day real quick.
Oh,
what is your favorite Marvel or Capcom character?
Wow.
Doesn't specifically have to be playable in a Marvel versus Capcom game. Just hit me with your favorite. I'm curious.
You would ask that.
This is my moment, Cyanize. You will not ruin it for me.
You know, but definitely Venom for me. And for Capcom, probably Miles Edgeworth.
Well, I have bad news.
What?
Phoenix is playable only in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine.
Which is currently on sale on the Steam Summer Sale for $7.50.
Piece of shit.
I heard that mouse click. You opened Steam. I heard that mouse click. I know you were checking.
Nah, I'm probably not
hit me
gonna.
up, we'll play it online.
I'm not gonna. Well, I'm not gonna play it if you're like I. There needs to be like a whole community playing it. Like, and I'm pretty sure
There is. Just over Parsec. The actual community is the actual online, it still has people active apparently, very rarely. But most people just play over Parsec because the actual online experience, unless you're like very close to each other, is apparently miserable.
Oh,
fun. I mean, I played with Obby and it was fine. I beat him like 10-1, but you know. Mm-hmm. So, whatever. Funny. Yeah. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.